Hey everybody, and hello again. Okay, I have been getting some more questions about sewing. Yay, sewing videos! Okay, so I've actually been getting a lot of questions about serging. I've had one person who said to me I really liked the gem shirt and I wanted to know how to make the neckline the same way. It was kind of cut and a little bit, you saw it. Another one was somebody who said, I've been hearing the word surgeon a lot in sewing and I don't know what a surgeon is. Okay. I think you meant serger, okay? I think that's the word you heard. It wasn't surgeon, it was serger. And what a serger is, and actually all of you can do this at home, okay, what a serger does is it'll take your fabric, and when you cut your fabric, it's not perfect. It frays, and there's little edges that aren't, you know, cut, makes that kind of zigzaggy lightning bolt fabric looking thing. What a serger will do is it has a blade on it, and it'll slice off the edge so that it's a nice straight edge instead of a jaggedy edge you did with the scissors, and it'll stitch. It'll stitch the edge so that, you won't be able to see this, I'm sorry, but it'll stitch the edge, and the stitching will hold that edge in place so that your fabric doesn't fray and it doesn't fall apart. That's what a serger does, okay? Pretty much everything gets serged, at least in certain places. That way your garments will stay together properly and they won't fray, and it's pretty cool. This is the part you can do at home. Take your shirt or your pants or whatever, turn them up, flip them so that you can see the bottom. Are you doing it? Seriously, no. No, seriously, do it. Do it right now. Don't try to be cool by not doing it. Like do it. So, okay, flip your thing up. I'm going to do it on this one because I want to bring it up to the camera and I can't jump across the table. So, flip your thing up. This is the front, okay? And it's usually on your side. Okay, so flip it up. You see that piece here along the seam where it's thicker and bulkier and you can see thread? It might be hard to see the thread because usually they use thread that's the same color as the fabric. If you're using, if you're wearing something with a print on it, you can sometimes see it easier because they can't get string that matches the print, right? So yeah. See that edge there? That's the serger. Aha! The serger has cut along the edge with its blade so that the it's not jaggedy, it's smooth. And then some thread with 2 needles or 4 needles or whatever, actually 2 needles, will, you know, lock it in place so that this thing, it's staying good, it's not going to fray. Like, for example, if you got your rest of your shirt snagged on something and it ripped, you would see there would be a hole and it would be coming apart. Serged edges won't do that. That's what the serger does, is it keeps it from falling apart, it keeps it nice and clean and the way it should be. So yeah, that's what a serger does. Sergers are awesome. Now, unless you are a serious sewer, you won't want to buy a serger because sergers are expensive. They cost like exactly the same as a sewing machine and they get used like a fraction of the amount that you would use a sewing machine. All of my cosplays have not been serged. Well, actually, that's not true. No. Like 99% of them have not been serged because I didn't have a serger. I didn't even know what one was, you know? So, and I always thought it was something that burned fabric because it sounded like serging it, you know? I don't know, I'm stupid. But yeah, a serger is that. So anybody who wants to know what a serger is, what a serger does, that's what it does. Actually, I can show you my serger. It's a 4-thread, it's cute, it's little. Yeah, let's do that, I'll show you my serger. No, I cannot show you me actually serging. I'm really sorry. Can I? Maybe I can. If I can't, I apologize, but I told you so. Okay, let's go do this. Okay, so this is my serger. Okay, it's got 4 threads, because mine is a 4-thread serger. There's also 5-thread sergers, but that's more for knits. It's got this compartment here, which all the part that it cuts off comes out and falls into. And you can't see this, I'm sorry, it's blurry. There are, where are they? They're there. 2 blades, or 2 needles right there, and there's actually a blade right here. So whatever it chops off falls into here and it goes right there. I'm going to try to serge something for you. Probably won't come out perfectly because I'm using one hand, but I'm going to try. And it's loud, so I apologize for the noise, but yeah, here we go. And please don't expect me to do a lot of these kinds of demonstrations because it's really hard with one hand, and I do not like wasting fabric, so, but I love sergers, so we're going to talk about it. So I'm going to slide this fabric through here, same way as you would with your sewing machine. That's my sewing machine, by the way, if anybody was curious. Cute, eh? There it is. Yeah, so I'm going to slide the fabric under here, and as it's sliding, you can't see it, but the blade is going to chop this bit off. Normally you wouldn't want to chop that much off. You would want to do like barely anything, just like tiny little stringlets. Tiny little stringlets like that. But yeah, that's what the serger does. It'll chop it off, and it'll seam with thread this part closed, and actually you should be able to see it really good because I'm using black thread and white fabric, so it should work pretty good. So I'm doing this with one hand, so please don't be critical. Where the heck is the pedal to make this thing work? There it is. Yeah, it works with a pedal the same way as your sewing machine would. I grabbed the wrong pedal. Hold on a second. See, watch. See, just like that. So, okay, here we go. Sorry if I made you all dizzy. Here's my serger demonstration. Oh, because I didn't use 2 hands, it kind of did some stupidness. But see what I mean? How the piece gets chopped off? I don't know if you could hear me just now. Do you see what I mean? That the piece gets chopped off? Here it is. That was attached to it earlier. It's not anymore because the blade chops it off. And this is what my serger did. Do you see it? It's hard to see, I'm sorry. That stitched, closed shut with the stitching, that was the serger. That's what the serger does. It took away that jaggedy raw edge and made it clean and stitched, and now this is not going to fray. Not at all. And that's pretty cool. So yeah, that's what a serger does. Okay, so for those of you who didn't know what a serger was or what it did, that's it. And they're really cool and really great to have, especially if you want your costumes or your garments or whatever to be better in quality, because it does stop the fraying and it makes stuff look a lot nicer on the inside. But if you're just doing cosplay for fun, or you don't really want to spend $600, $700, $800 on a serger, you don't really need it. Unless you're doing stuff like really professional, then you want one. But yeah, so to answer all your so I hope I answered all your serger questions, and that's it for that. Thanks for watching, guys.